So guys, I'm back, and once again I bring you two characters that are similar by far. One's from Marvel, one's from DC, and their path, their creation is so uncanny similar that you wouldn't believe it. And this battle is between Red Tornado versus Vision. Now, both of these characters are in some way androids. Also, their origin is kind of similar, as well as them being affiliated with great teams. Red Tornado is with the Justice League. Vision has been affiliated with the Avengers. So we're going to talk a little bit about both of these characters, if you don't mind. And of course, we're going to start off with DC first. So I'll start off with the Red Tornado. Alright. Now, Red Tornado first appeared in Justice League Volume 1, 64, if I remember correctly. He was created by T.O. Tomorrow to infiltrate the Justice Society. And as usual, like I said, he started off as a villain at first. And later on, things started changing for him. He started becoming more of a hero than, basically a villain. He basically Red actually is pretty cool because he possesses what we like to call he has elemental power, elemental powers, which enables him to create powerful air currents that can level skyscrapers in seconds. He can. That's how strong he can channel that wind power, which is always cool. He's also able to use that as to fly as well. He's strong enough to take on a missile straight on and come out unharmed. A few times, if I remember correctly, Red Tornado has actually managed to become invisible to the human eye due to his high velocity, when he's spinning. He's able to, his android form enables him to resist like mental powers. Basically, for example, somebody like the Stario creation, it won't affect him. But he's also I'm not sure if he still has it now, but he has a human alter ego as well, which is named, if I remember correctly, let me think, Joe Smith, if I'm not mistaken. But he's always been a very interesting character. I've always liked his wind powers, of course, but his heroism, as well as just trying to be better than not just being what his creator made him out to be. The evil android that is to infiltrate and destroy whatever he comes in contact with. And that's always been cool about Red Tornado, no matter what. I really enjoyed him being on the Justice League, and I think he's still on the Justice League now. I'm not sure, but I think he's been decommissioned again, where he's not really officially in a human body anymore. I could be mistaken, but it's always been cool to see Red Tornado around. His origin is very interesting, and that's pretty much what's to say about Red Tornado. Like I said, his combatant, on the other hand, is pretty much just like him in a lot of sense. And that brings us to Vision. Now, Vision first appeared in the Avengers issue number 57. He was created by Ultron. And basically to infiltrate to infiltrate the Avengers. The Vision has always been pretty cool to me as well. Once again, I've always liked superhero teams that had like synthesoids or androids on their team, because and then over the while you see them progressing with human emotions. Vision possesses the power to alter his density, as well as basically he's able to fly, becoming able to fly, basically, like I said, his density. He is able to shoot different rays of radiation out of his beam of his eyes. He's able to phase through things, as well as to phase through a person if he wanted to. That's how deadly he can be. He calls it the physical disruptorcation. He's able to self-repair, infiltrate outside of technology. He has nanokinetic technology, being that because Vision point 2.0 basically. And of course, most rememberable about the Vision is that he was the ex-husband to the Scarlet Witch, and they had 2 children, believe it or not. But the Vision has always been cool, even though there have been different versions. But the one I'm showing you right now is the true version of the Vision, the red, yellow, and green Vision. There has been a new look to him. There was a new look to him, which he was all white, but I don't have a picture of that. If I didn't think it deserved to have that. But after Avengers Disassembled, he was destroyed basically by She-Hulk, because Scarlet Witch made her go insane with rage, and she ripped him apart. But later on, he was reconstructed as Vision 2.0, and that's thanks to Iron Lad from the Young Avengers. And Vision has always been cool to me. Super strength, yes. Androids, androids all have that, predominantly. But these two share so much in common, Vision and Red Tornado. It's uncanny. You can see the similarities between both of them. Both are android. Both have human emotions now, that they care, they love, they feel sadness, all kinds of stuff like that. Both are very key members of their respective teams. Both Vision and Red Tornado share kind of like a love interest at some point. Like Red, he has a family, and Vision has had Scarlet Witch, and now, from what if I'm reading it right now, him and Stature have starting to have some kind of relationship going on. But these two characters are one of a kind. They're very great, and I love them both pretty much. But that's cool. It'll be elemental powers versus density powers, radiation, all that good stuff. The likes of, could Red Tornado just whip Vision apart with his air elemental powers, like just shatter him to pieces before, or would Vision use his phasing powers to just phase and get close enough to he can just literally phase into Red Tornado's body and just disrupt him, or just use his radiation powers that come out of his eyes and things like that to just, do whatever he can to Red Tornado. But this would be a very interesting battle. Synthesoid versus Synthesoid. Who would come out on top in your opinion, guys? My opinion, oh man, I really can't decide. I like these two characters a lot, but I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on this very much. So you guys tell me what you think. Red Tornado member of the Justice League, or Vision, once a member of the Avengers, now a young Avenger.